this century since 1999 when they were the Fighting Wally Zerbiaks.
And yeah, with Wally, wonderful Wally in terms of his team. I'm sure he's going to keep an eye on this game, but his team is going to have to deal with the SMU power line up front. They are tall, a couple of players, and they're going to get this ball down on the blocks pretty soon in this game.
They score in bunches, one of the top scoring teams in the ACC. The baseline jumper threaded by Jaden Toombs.
He's going to get his touches. Speaking earlier yesterday with Andy Enfield, just understanding where he has some advantages, and he believes with the bigs are his advantage.
Byers lets it fly off the front of the rim. A loose ball scooped up by Byers. In the corner, another three. Elmer can't connect. And that's going to be the theme for Miami, Ohio. Coach Steele said, I want to shoot 43s. I asked him 40 as in 4-0. He said, yes, that would be a good game for us.
At this rate, it might be about 60.
Toombs sandwiched down low. Miller whips it around. Washington,
nice
jab step. Washington, float game, no good. Knocked out of bounds. That'll be SMU ball with 20 on the shot clock.
Pretty little move there by Washington out front, faking to the right, and then pushing it to the left into the middle of the paint, trying to get a shot up against the rim and the board so his bigs can go to work on the offensive glass.
Samet Yigatolu will be the low down low for Miami to try and deal with.
They got him right now if they want him.
7'2", 270, and picks up an early foul against Antoine Woolfolk, who has to be very careful picking those fouls up. But historic season for the Miami Redhawks, 31-1, most wins in school program, the highest winning percentage in the nation. The team that many people wondered, they didn't win their conference tournament. Did they belong? Well, they're here in Dayton, and a block. Jerron Pierre, the transfer from Jacksonville State Conference USA Player of the Year last year, no good. Toombs down low with the putback.
Now, I know they want to shoot the ball better than that and not send it off the glass like that, but offensive rebounding is going to be very key for SMU.
Woolfolk flips it back out to Skaljak, playing with that heavily taped right wrist. It's his non-shooting hand as he shows you right there.
Third team All-MAC this year. The guy who gives them a lift. I know guys usually come in off the bench and give you a lift. He gives them a lift as a starter and is very active at both ends of the floor.
Cross-court pass. Pierre for three, no good. Suter flies in. Skaljak scoops it up.
Yeah, you notice three Miami players already on the board.
Transit! Oh! Skaljak pipes it in.
And he's getting the fans involved early on.
These fans have waited 17 years to get back in the NCAA tournament. Flip to the corner, three, no good for Corey Washington, and another rebound for the Redhawks.
Yeah, Suter that time back on the defensive glass. At least three red shirts in the paint on missed shots so far.
Skaljak navigating a couple of defenders, flips it out. Woolfolk, he can certainly shoot that. That's off target. That'll bounce out of bounds.
The lefties just know how to play basketball, don't they? Nice little short jumper right there. It just makes it look easy.
Now, you haven't answered this. Are you a lefty or a righty when you shoot?
I am a wannabe lefty, but I'm a righty.
I thought that was when you were a pitcher, you wanted to be a lefty.
Yeah.
Miller, the three, short. Yigatolu down low, easy money.
So right off the bat, we've seen a couple of bigs going to work down there.
6-3 advantage on the boards already for SMU, and that was the challenge for Miami. Their only loss this year is their lowest rebounding total against UMass, just 24 rebounds. Suter, step back, Dirk left shot, no good. Corey Washington getting a lot of looks at from NBA scouts for his size and versatility. Picks up the foul. That'll be against Elmer. Well, watch every men's game live on your computer, phone, tablet, or streaming device with NCAA March Madness Live. Download now to stay up to date on all the action. So 2 fouls on Miami already as Washington heads to the line. The senior spent some time at St. Peter's and Wichita State, chipping in about 11 points per game this year. No good on the free throw. And for SMU, a team that went 20-13, they lost 5 of their last 6 games because Edwards is such an important part offensively and defensively. It's their 13th tournament appearance. They haven't won since 1988, a drought of nearly 40 years for the Mustangs.
And they had a recent win against Syracuse. They probably would not be here.
Picked off Syracuse in the ACC tournaments. As we talked to Andy Enfield, he feels the defense is starting to play a lot better in the absence of Edwards, of people understanding their role. They're on the road for 3 of those 6 games. The cut back door, Atlason with a smash attack.
Well, they jumped the big guy just then. He came way out on the floor, and it opened up a lane that you could have driven a car through just then. There was no one home at all.
Atlason from Iceland spent some time in Bradley. Beautiful backdoor cut. SMU trying to respond. Washington tied up. That's the 3rd foul already against Miami. Just getting started here in Dayton, Ohio. The de facto home team, Miami, Ohio, going back and forth with SMU in the early going. Get complete coverage of the NCAA Division I Women's Tournament on NCAA.com. Moments ago, how about the backdoor cut by Atlason?
Yeah, watch how the big guy comes out, defends though right here. And that, look, there is just nobody home. I know you have to have rotation. Miller wasn't there, coming across late, but still, that was such a quick hitter. And they vacated the middle of the floor. There's not a whole lot you can do there, even if you're aware of running a secondary defender in there.
And that's one of the weaknesses for SMU, a bottom 2 team in points per game allowed in the ACC. That pass broken up by Elmer into the hands of Atlason.
Yeah, we talk about the balance on the offensive end for Miami, but that was balance on the defensive end. Good help overall.
Shooter thought about it. Down low, Elmer whips it around. Here's another shooter. The freshman Perry in and out.
Real good diagonal pass, though, to get him that shot.
Boy, they spot up quick and
really
just let it fly, don't they?
What do you think? Did they get it to 40?
They get it inside, and that is easy for Yigatolu right at the rim.
You're going to see plenty of that, I think, from SMU. Force Miami to stop that. Not quite sure how you're going to get it, a stop on it. There we go.
Atlason, his 3, it's short, long rebound into the hand of Byers. Shooter thought about it for a moment. Look at the 5-out offense at the moment. Elmer right in the eye of Toombs, connects.
I'm sitting here just giggling a little bit because
I know you wish you could.
That's a fun way to play, isn't it?
I know you wish you could lace them up right now.
You don't have to look at the coach or anything. It's green light central right here.
Shooter's pair. Miami, strong baseline take. It's Pierre that goes with the reverse.
Yeah, but they're going to mix it up with you, SMU. You're gonna try to outshoot them all night long. You better make sure you're hitting a high percentage of those shots.
7 of the 10 shots for Miami have been threes. They're 2 of 7 from beyond the arc.
And the slip cut to the middle was open if they lobbed it through.
Travis Steele wanted to get the bigs out of the paint for SMU.
They're switching out front here. SMU, the man-to-man.
Shooter, crossover. Free throw line jumper, no good. Yigatolu gobbles up the rebound.
Hoopy Miller with the switching out front. Whoa.
And a spill by Suter. He falls. Pierre, quick closeout and recovery by Perry. Poked away from Toombs. Perry trying to go for it. Falls against the scoreboard. Coach Steele ushers him back into play. Pierre galloping in the lane, and another foul against Miami. It's the 4th team foul. Cascade of boos raining down here.
Do you hear what I do here? The advantage that they have with the fans in this building. Watch this effort. Substitution helps them out too right there to get them back into play.
It's the first foul against Brant Byers, so it's 4 fouls, but they're distributing them amongst this deep lineup for Miami. Checking in, Sam Walters and Jermaine O'Neal Jr. for SMU, number 7. O'Neal Jr. quick closeout, goes right to the cup. Atlason denies him.
Great help from the weak side again.
Red Hawks soaring down the field. Perry kicks it out.
Good choice not to go against that 7-2 guy.
Shooter, pump fake. They work it around. Byers, clean look off the heel. Byers scoops up his own miss.
Diagonal passes are wonderful. There's another one.
It's a shooting clinic, but no connection for Atlason. This looks like a full-speed shoot-around right now, Jim Spanarkel.
So here's that drive to the basket, step across, nice hands straight up.
Checking in for
Miami shoots 39% from 3 on the season. They're 2 of 9 right now. They're going to let this thing rip all night long, already at 9 3-pointers attempted.
There used to be a shooting game when I was a kid where it would shoot around the world.
Yep.
It would go around and it would hit different spots. This is just what they're doing. They're going around the world right now.
It is open to connect on a few more.
Yeah.
Miller rises in the middle of the paint, no good. Loose ball, scooped up. It's Perry racing down the floor.
How many second chance opportunities will they give to SMU? If they can control that number, they'll be in pretty good shape.
Perry, jumper, no good. Woolfolk trying to follow, keeps it alive. Atlason pokes it, and that might be off the hands of Toombs. It is Miami ball.
Stay Miami.
Steve Carell stars in the brand new HBO original comedy series Rooster. Don't miss all new episodes Sundays at 10 p.m. exclusively on HBO Max. And that bounces right off the caboose of Miller. So Miami will take over. Skaljak checks back in.
In a hurry.
Woolfolk tied up in the corner. That's scooped up by Pierre. Miller, strong drive, fading away on the baseline. Difficult shot, and somehow it's Justin Kirby, the freshman, that comes down with the board.
I know I'm repeating myself, but the 4 red shirts.
Skaljak gets the bounce, and it drops in.
Well, we saw the jump with that, pushing that ball down the floor. He is very, very active. Skaljak is.
He's perfect to start this night. 3 of 3 for 7. No good on the 3 for Pierre. Offensive rebound. O'Neal Jr. will try his hand. That's not good. Walters chases down another rebound. Miller, pump fake to the corner. O'Neal, the drive, spinning. Looking for some help. 10 on the shot clock.
There are a lot of referees in this building wearing red.
Pierre, step back 3. No good. SMU eating on the boards right now.
But not scoring.
Miller splits it to the corner. Another clean look. O'Neal, no good, into the hands of Elmer. And that ends
Listen to the
a lot of foul balls right there. Skaljak working his way around. Picked up by Toombs, the pump fake. Atlason sets his feet. No good. This crowd just waiting for one of those 3s to drop.
They're being contested a little bit on some of those shots. See if they get it to
Miller, nice slip pass. Toombs can't handle it. Turnover. Skaljak scoops it up.
Atlason, a defender right then, and stepping across. So Miami well schooled in terms of coming across the floor with their off and secondary defenders so far.
This deep team has felt the pressure all season long with this winning streak. A lot of eyeballs on him. Skaljak rises. That's no good. Miami now 2 for 11 from outside.
They're taking a lot of 3s, but are they all good 3s is the question.
That's a good point. Sometimes there's a lot of enthusiasm and energy in this building as Toombs calmly puts in the 2. He's got 6 points, 3 of 3.
Yeah, I'd say 3 or 4 of their shots from long range have been quick releases, worried about guys coming out and onto the perimeter. This is a fast team, SMU, on the perimeter.
It's size and athleticism that Miami, quite frankly, doesn't see a whole lot of in the MAC. Elmer for 3. That's good!
Well, I guess you just keep stepping further and further away, and good things are going to happen.
Elmer with 6, his second made 3. Lead is now 2 for Miami.
There's 2 high-quality teams playing right now.
Miller redirecting traffic. Pierre. Atlason checks him. Toombs. Woolfolk's got to be careful. He's got 1 foul already. Toombs spinning. Shot clock at 1. Miller has to release it. The knuckleball misses everything. Shot clock violation.
Woolfolk was sensational defensively just then. Didn't budge on a few fakes. And the fans here are letting him know in terms of his defensive effort. And then Elmer comes back from long range to finally bury one for Miami.
Back here with Coach Enfield. Coach, you're missing Edwards. This is a hostile environment. How do you feel like your team responded early?
Well, we just have to settle down and take good shots. We can get what we want on offense. We have to keep sharing the ball, drive the paint, kick it out, and really dominate the paint.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Andy Enfield in his second year at SMU. It's his 7th career NCAA tournament appearance. You remember him leading Florida Gulf Coast, Dunk City, to that Sweet 16 as a 15 seed. And it's interesting, he mentioned enrollment at that school surged by 30% after they made that run. Everybody found FGCU on the map and wanted to just flood there. Woolfolk trying to keep his balance, ball slapped away, able to save it to Skaljak. Shot clock winding down to 7. Elmer tries to get it to Woolfolk. Defense collapses, turnover. Pierre with the ball. Washington inside, Yigatolu. He's been a load. His first miss, stopped at the rim, and the Red Hawks having to swarm on him.
The rim blocked his shot just then. He was so close and so far underneath.
Elmer on the other end. Oh, yes!
Somebody's lighting it up. He's the glue.
Oh, I like it, Jim Spanarkle, you old dog, you.
I got it in before you.
BJ Davis-Ray, that's another turnover. Crowd on their feet.
Pretty.
Suter tried to throw it in somehow. Puts it down.
What a reaction by Suter just then. He was going all out towards the basket. Wow. Miami, Ohio making it happen on this play initially at the defensive end, but watch what happens at the offensive end when they come up with this steal. Suter is just amazing. Watch him on the right side. When he gets down the floor, he recognizes he has not many options. What does he do? He bounces it on the floor and gets it to die so he can get his teammate to catch up to it. That is just a very, very smart basketball play.
And how about for Elmer? He's now eclipsed 1,000 career points. What a bucket to do it on. He's got 11 points to lead all scorers, largest lead of the night for Miami, Ohio, looking for their first win in the tournament since 1999. Now the question is SMU, how do you get the ball back inside? As Miller surrounded, Toombs in deep waters. Pierre, shot clock winding down. They switch. Pierre in the paint, lost the handle. Spinning is Washington, can't get it, and that's going to be over the back on the big fella, Yigatolu. Miami, Ohio. The Red Hawks riding the wave of their fans here in Dayton. They lead by 7. You're watching True TV's exclusive coverage of the first 4 games built by the Home Depot. It's an 8-0 run for Miami. They lead by 7. Moments ago, their head coach Travis Steele caught up with Jenny Dell.
Coach, slow start shooting. You're rolling now. What changed?
Yeah, listen, water will find its level, right? We've got great looks. Got to keep rebounding the ball. But we want to leave no doubt who the aggressor is, who's the more attacking team. And I think we've been that way so far this far in the game.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Travis Steele, just a pleasure to talk with during the shoot-around. It's his 4th season at Miami, 56-10 over the last 2 years. He was the MAC Coach of the Year, but when he got the job, he told the administration, I'm going to need some time. I'm going to need about 3 years, and that's when things started to turn around.
It's a good thing they didn't make a bad decision after 2, I'll tell you that much.
He talked about being the aggressor. When you've got such an advantage with the crowd, it really helps with that energy and enthusiasm. That'll be a foul against Miller.
The very last part of that play pushed him.
Team second.
And Jenny, we talked to Coach Steele. What did he have to say about that lone loss that they had last week?
Yeah, I think the question was, how is this team going to respond? Coach Steele said after the game, it was about decompressing but not letting that loss linger. His message to his team, be the same group we have been all year with moments like that. No sad faces, keep the energy, keep the joy. Guys, he said this team has embraced that mindset coming in tonight. You can see it out on the court.
Thanks, Jenny. Pierre able to quiet the crowd. SMU desperately needed that 3.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Elmer was shooting that ball the last trip down the floor, and he kind of shot it and walked back on defense knowing that was going to go in.
Just one of those grooves for Elmer at the moment. Byers stepping through. Woolfolk not shy at all. His shot misses everything. Suter chases it down. 10 on the shot clock. Suter backing things down. 4 to shoot. Skowjak has to jack it. Oh, he finds the bottom of the well.
Even off the broken plays, they're getting some mileage right now. And they are just a confident bunch, and it's carrying back to the defensive end where they're ganging up in the middle of the floor, keeping red shirts right here so they can't get to the paint that easily.
Washington knifing through the lane, a beautiful finish. It's the 5 out and the capability of 5 shooters. There's a threat everywhere. Skowjak hits another one.
Well, he can light it up. There's no question about it. He's had games this year, one particularly at 24 in a hurry.
Elmer and Skowjak have combined for 26 of Miami's 28 points. Pierre, the drive, stops on a dime, ball on a string. What a shot.
8th in the ACC scoring this year. They're carrying him so far, but I still think they need Jordan. I think they need to get their big guys some touches on the blocks.
You're right, the guards are starting to fill it up. Both Toombs and Igutolu are combined 5 for 6. Elmer wanted another one, no good. Igutolu comes up with his 4th rebound. Miller still scoreless, 0 for 5 from the field.
There's the double team.
They whip it weak side. Pierre, one more to Miller. Miller the drive, the lob to Toombs. He's knocked off his mark. Elmer will pick up the foul. That'll be his 2nd. The bracket is finally here, and it's time to lock in your picks with the official bracket game of NCAA March Madness. Play Capital One's NCAA March Madness Men's Bracket Challenge today at play.ncaa.com or in the March Madness Live app. Speaking of brackets, the winner tonight will take on Tennessee Friday at 4:25 Eastern. You can catch that game on TBS. Both these teams have not won a tournament game this century. Pierre, that tight handle, check. On ball defense, applauded by this crowd. Toombs down low, up and over the post, continues to punish the Redhawks.
It took a while to get it to the post just then with all that dribbling, but effective nonetheless. Little zone look here by SMU.
Byers catching fire over the hands of Miller.
You know, sometimes a zone is put in place to stop the outside shooting. If they can get there, you have problems rebounding the basketball, but Miami just continues to rip.
Miller, his 3, what a response on the other end as they trade bucket for bucket.
Delay a game possibly.
So delay of game as we finally get enough of a break in the action. To introduce our officials, Ron Groover, Edwin Young, and James Ford. Groover, a veteran of multiple Final Fours. And SMU now starting to make some noise here in Dayton. They trail by just 6.
See if they're going to flash anybody into that post, or they're just going to go long range.
Byers, no good. Perry, what a rebound. 3 on the outside. It's Kirby who drops it in.
Well, we've always heard that concept. The best shot comes after an offensive rebound because defensively, especially in a zone, you can't find the shooters.
Perry skied like a young Jim Spanarkel for that rebound.
I think you got to keep going to the basket.
Igutolu quickly sandwiched Miller. Clean look. His 3 back-to-back threes for Miller. He's starting to dial in.
And they continue to look to challenge and try to go to the post, and they're using the both sides of the court very well.
Kirby wants another one, can't get it. Suter taps it free, comes flying in. No whistle. Crowd irate. Miller up ahead. Walters sets his feet for 3. No good. Suter can't get to it in time. Chased into the corner by Miller. Rifles a fastball to Walters. Washington pocket pass, Igutolu. Oh, the vision from Washington.
Very tricky, very tricky.
The Mustangs unfazed by this crowd. Hot shooting back and forth. Everything you could ask for in a game like this.
Yeah, when those balls are kicking off on the offensive rebounds, Miami is taking advantage of it. Miller down the other end with an answer. We've got pace to this one.
What a game we've got here in Dayton. 4-point lead for Miami. These teams, Jim, equally matched. 13 of 29 from the field. Miami doing it from outside, SMU from the inside. And checking this game out, Wally Szczerbiak in Portland as he prepares for his games tomorrow.
Watch party coming to you from Portland. Let's go Redhawks. We're all flying around this room, boys.
Pretty cool setup. He's actually going to call Texas BYU. Texas getting the victory here yesterday, the first night of the first four. And that's going to be a reach-in foul against Mitchell Holmes, who is checking in for the first time.
And I know Wally's a little like me. He's never met a shot that he never
not
liked.
at all.
And this Miami team is really putting them up. When you think about it, 21 of their 29 shots have been three balls. I don't know. You got to live and fly with it.
Suter, shot clock at 8, step back three. Suter, no good.
Nice tip.
Kirby was fighting for it. Rebound controlled by Pierre.
Yeah, a couple of tips right there on the defensive glass.
Pierre out to Miller. They work it around the horn. Washington pump fake. Miller, separation, step through. The fancy footwork gets the friendly bounce.
I'm looking over at the Miami side with the fans. They're all giving the traveling violation sign that the officials would give. A lot of juice in this building. Nice cut to the basket.
Fires the cut, slips it in past the defense, and picks up the foul.
Obviously, what happens on an offensive sets, they're shooting the ball from long range, and so you have to cheat out to defend, and then that wide open lane gives you the opportunity. Here's that step. That's legal. I'm not sure I love the call, but that rule, and there's the cut to the basket. Well executed, but that's because they have to come out. SMU has to come out and defend the three, and clearly that's going to open up a lot of cuts and a lot of passing lanes to the middle of the floor, which Miami loves to do with their balance.
Brant Byers, the MAC Freshman of the Year last year from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. Got a lot of experience, and this is a roster that just returned a lot of pieces as he knocks down the three-point play. It's a 5-point lead for Miami under 2 minutes left here in the first half.
Byers can score, no question about it. Had some 20-plus point games this year.
Miami started the season 31-0, lost to UMass in the first round of the MAC tournament. Akron would go on to win that tournament. Pierre contested three, ill-timed jump. However, Suter able to come in, get the board.
They are really Miami packing the paint down low to keep the post.
Byers, another outside look. Oh, some beautiful string music.
Well, not only beautiful string music, but beautiful passing. They're not really holding on to the ball. You want to make decisions in a second or second and a half, and they are making fast decisions.
Walters, no good. Rebound, Skaljak. This offense puts so much pressure on your weak side defensive rotation to get out to the shooters.
And the other thing, you can basically get a little 2-for-1 action. Oh!
Byers, are you kidding me? He's a walking fireball.
Great quick release from a timing standpoint on the clock, too.
Pierre turning the corner with all-wheel drive, lays it in. Two-second differential.
A little tricky move right there. There was a 5-second differential, and he held on to the ball for the 3 seconds to almost squeeze the clock to make it identical.
Right, it's essentially a 1-second differential. The Miami, Ohio faithful on their feet.
Yep, that was a
Skaljak pounding the ball.
Hard play to get this pretty much the last shot of the half. Whoa.
Byers just slipped. The court monster got him. Skaljak, long three, no good. Pierre the rebound, one more look, no good. But Miami gets a 43-34 lead at half. Stay tuned for AT&T at the half with Adam Lefko, Bruce Pearl, Jamal Mashburn, and Jalen Rose live from Atlanta with analysis of the first half. They've got a lot of hot shooting to talk about in the studio here.
Well, I know it's only one half here, but if one half is an indicator, they've proven they're here for real and to play.
Brant Byers is standing by with Jenny Dell.
Brant, a three-point barrage out there. How much fun is it playing in this offense?
Yeah, I mean, it's a ton of fun. We can all shoot the ball, which makes all of us get open. It's a lot of fun to play in.
Where can you find improvement in the second half?
Probably defensive rebounding, transition defense. Both of those things are keys for us.
All right, have fun.
Thank you.
That's the end of the first half with the score 43-34. We'll send you to AT&T at the half after these messages. You're watching the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship. Our crew in the truck never slowing down except for that moment, putting in a terrific couple of days of work here to bring you this first four as we get set for the last half of action here. Let's take a look at the first half stats built by the Home Depot. Comes down to the three-point shooting.
It sure does. That really jumps off the page. 10 of 25. Their goal tonight is to shoot 40 of them. They're well past that average.
Jordan Kent alongside Jim Spinarca. We'll hear from Jenny Dell here in a moment. I know you're a born and natural shooter. I've had to hold you back a few times to get back out on the floor. Have you ever seen anything like this before?
Not too often. Once in a while you see teams that go up and down like this, but at the pace that they are playing, Miami, one thing, Bruce Pearl mentioned the same thing I did, that around-the-world game, which was a game where you'd start in the corner and work your way around. Bruce, I think I'm going to go on a limb here. They got to cut the world in half, keep the ball on one side of the floor as best they can, because these diagonal passes are really lacing them up.
Jenny Dell moments ago caught up with SMU's Boopie Miller.
Boopie, it is a crazy atmosphere out there. How do you slow down that Red Hawk environment?
We just got to run them off the line. They're a very good team, poised team. But, you just got to compete every possession and, just play hard on defense. And I feel like our offense will come along.
Thanks for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
Miami came in 31-1. They won their first 31 games of the regular season. Lost the conference tournament opener against UMass. Travis Steele said at shoot around, if we shoot 43s, that's what I'm looking for. And they're at 25 already in the first half.
They got to keep the ball on one side of the floor.
Shooter, nice pass. Byers rolls out. Rebound controlled by SMU. And for the Mustangs, you want to see them continue to attack the paint offensively.
Based on Byers' performance in the first half, I think SMU got lucky just then. He missed that shot.
Byers had 12 points, 3 of 7 from outside. Toombs
Where's
try and back down Elmer.
Yeah, here it comes. Where's the post-up game?
Toombs stepping through, draws the foul. Woolfolk already had one. Let's check it out again.
Yeah, watch for the reach. Double team comes across. Yep, and that's smart. You want to extend that basketball into the arms of the defender so you get contact, whether it's the defender making the initial hit or not.
The foul was on Elmer. That's his third. Keep an eye out. Leading scorer with 14.
Is that the only way you can slow him down, possibly?
Bleacher Report is your one-stop destination for March Madness. Get every moment all tournament long with personalized updates and highlights from your favorite teams. Download the Bleacher Report app now.
I think you're going to see an SMU menu of the big guys getting their touches. First 5 minutes of the second half.
Toombs with 10 points, perfect from the field and the foul line to go along with 6 rebounds.
Tulu has also got to get involved, getting his touches.
Skaljak draws Miller, fading away. His jumper no good. Toombs with the 7th board.
Yeah, with his fadeaway, you just can't get to him because he drives it and goes after the tin very hard. And here's that post-up I was just talking about. Go to the basket with it.
Yigatolu, it's like a mini hoop for him.
Now you want to have Miami. Let's see what Miami's going to do to counteract what's going on with the post-up game.
Byers sent to the floor, and you feel as though Miami needs to put something on the board here. Woolfolk pump fake outside. Skaljak fakes the pass, still hanging on to the orange. Inside, Suter, not free, takes the contact, and one.
So they were trying to go to the left side just then, but SMU decided we're not going to let that ball go from one side to the other. And initially they thought they were going to have a look over here. Here's the post up down deep. You just can't stop it. He's too big, too strong. Ball's trying to go one way, and they can't get it across the court to the left side. What do? They find the middle of the court. They did that in the first half very effectively.
Peter Suter, the MAC Player of the Year. Scoreless in the first half, but his impact was felt all over the floor. Pierre lost the ball. Toombs able to pick it up and puts it in.
It's a save play by Toombs just then. That ball was up for grabs.
Keep in mind for this Miami team that they are doing this with a balanced effort from this roster. 6 players averaging double figures. Suter can't get it. Ball knocked into the hands of Pierre.
And I'll try to point out, if I can for you, Jordan, what they're doing defensively. They're actually vacating the middle of the floor and heading to the perimeter, SMU defensively.
Yigatolu looks over the traffic. They work it around. Pierre, clean look, no good. Woolfolk brings it down. Suter to Woolfolk. He's looking for his first triple. Can't connect. And Toombs closes out the possession. Reminder, SMU without B.J. Edwards for the 7th consecutive game. He hurt his ankle at Cal. The team went 1-5 after that. He will be potentially good to go if they get this victory and take on Tennessee. The Toombs show continues.
Yeah, another look to the post. They're alternating their bigs right now. I think that's very smart from Andy Enfield's direction.
They've chopped the lead down to 4. Suter stolen by Miller, knocked out of bounds. It'll be Miami ball. And Jenny, you spoke with Andy Enfield at the half. What did he give you?
Yeah, he told me they're going to be playing more zone in the second half to try to stop all those threes instead of chasing. They said there's an urgency to close. We've been seeing that so far in the second half. And he said offensively, we need to get to the three-point line at a higher level, guys.
Yeah, and Jenny, I think one of the things right there is that they go and play that zone like that as you get a foul outside. If they play the zone and react to the shooters, that middle of the floor is going to be wide open for either cuts or drives.
It's the second foul on Yigatolu with the body check near the sideline.
We haven't seen that zone yet. It's still a man-to-man.
Doing a little switching now, it looks like. Byers the pumping. Oh! Yigatolu crumbles on top of him. Byers helped out and flashes a smile on his face there.
Well, I'll let the picture just tell it. Well, you know, he might have a little bit of an argument right there. His initial reaction.
Not a shooting foul either. And listen, that's 270 pounds coming right down on you, Jim Spanarkel.
Was there a little bit of a step, though, to the right to cause that contact from the shooter? It's kind of iffy right there.
Byers, a crafty play. Yigatolu, the 3rd foul. He'll head to the bench. Skaljak, what a find to Woolfolk. Can't get the lay-in. Gets his own miss. Fouled on the 2nd attempt. That goes against Toombs. That'll be his first.
You know, what they've done is they've made a good adjustment right now. If the perimeter's being guarded a little differently, they're now using the middle third of the floor more effectively, getting to the line and getting some cuts to the basket.
It's incredible how fast this team passes the ball. They don't think, they just react out there, and players in the right spot as Antoine Woolfolk will head to the line. Honorable mention All-MAC out of Cleveland. The Rutgers transfer misses the first.
And you know why a guy will give up the ball? I'm going to give you the ball if I know you're going to give it back to me. Right? If a guy is there, if 1 or 2 guys stick the ball, then they're not going to keep moving it because somebody's going to hog the ball. These guys just release it so fast, they know they're going to get it back if they're open. It's a nice way to play.
Jim, I feel like if I give you the ball, I'm never seeing that thing again.
No, I don't pass it.
The winner of this game will take on Tennessee Friday.
I don't pass the steak either.
What does SMU do here without both their bigs in the game? It's Walters over to Pierre. Toombs fighting for positioning down low. Elmer looking to front him. Elmer with those 3 fouls. Pierre rising, turning, can't connect. Skaljak the rebound.
He's having a nice game. Nice look to the post.
Suter posts up, picks up the foul against Miller.
Nice recognition, too, off the rebound. Skaljak, I believe, getting it and go.
The second on Miller.
Watch the recognition right there. He had him pinned. So he tried initially to slow him down just a little bit. In the old days, we used to call that a Larry Bird move. Bird was fabulous at that, running the floor, stopping at the free throw line, getting somebody on his back and go right over the top.
Well, Suter, very Bird-like. He's comfortable at any spot on the floor, it feels like. Atlason checks back in, number 11. Byers the drive. Byers, pump fake, tries to draw the contact, and the whistle's called against Sam Walters. Walters can't believe it.
Yeah, they're fundamentally sound, though. They know exactly what they're trying to do on the drives, the plants, and the SMU bench is not real happy. But watch here, I'm setting you up, fake, I get you leaning, and I go right back at you.
Our tournament summary thus far. How about Prairie View A&M winning their first ever tournament game? They will take on number 1 Florida, the defending champions, on Friday in Tampa, and then 4 at-large berths from non-major conferences, tied for the fewest since 2015. The three-point shooting for Miami has created this lead thus far.
And it was a lot of fun in that first half to watch him. Elmer in particular was just really on fire. Everybody who touched it, shooting the ball very, very well and distributing the ball very nicely for Travis Steele's team.
Keep in mind, that was the 6th foul against SMU.
Right.
That'll send Miami to the free throw line on the next foul. SMU had just 4 fouls total in the first half.
So it does tell you quickly that they've made an adjustment. It's just not all threes. They're going to the middle of the floor and getting some action there. Wow.
Speaking of fouls, you can watch Anthony Davis prank the biggest names in the sports world on the all-new series Foul Play with Anthony Davis, premiering April 6th only on TBS. Byers misses them both.
Somebody hit that net just then. Close.
Looked awfully close,
yeah.
And so just a 5-point lead. There's a lot of energy in the building. It would make you think that Miami's running away with this game, but SMU just 2 possessions down.
Whoa, watch out.
Suter's got to be careful. Nearly gambled and picked up the foul. Walters the 3 to cut the lead to 2. What a shot!
He was just setting himself up. If you noticed, he was just sitting on the. His hands were ready in the catch position to go with it.
Skowjak spinning against Miller, lost him, can't stick the J. Toombs the rebound. SMU can tie or take the lead here.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Jordan, but those shots were going in the first half, weren't they?
They were. The makes have started to slow down for Miami, and SMU hanging on. Now, what do you think about this free throw? We're going to take another look. You felt it might have been bothered with.
Let's see who's.
Looks like a Miami player hit the net, so either way, same result, no point.
Yeah.
Miller setting up the set. Gene Sarator says that was clean as well, too. Inside, Walters the catch, pirouette, can't finish. Walters, the benefactor of the bounce, puts it right in.
Well, that first shot, the pass that came to him, I'm surprised he even caught the ball. It was so quick and fast, and then he recovered. SMU has really picked this up defensively.
Suter down low, draws the foul, took a huge hit.
Yep.
And he is on the floor at the moment, helped to his feet, but that was a violent collision. And the foul was whistled against Corey Washington, his second.
So you show the ball, you know you're going to get hit. Yeah, they're going to review that.
His first team 7.
And because he got, I know it's a good ball fake. I know defensively you get faked out, you come back down, but that left hand against the back of the head is what I think they're going to look at.
The call on the floor is ruled a common foul, number 3 of SMU. That play is under review for a potential flagrant foul.
So we'll take a look and see if this should be upgraded to a flagrant foul. And they're looking for excessive in nature, unnecessary contacts for a flagrant 1. You're thinking this might be a flagrant 1 with the left hand going to the head.
Yeah, I'm thinking 1 right now.
It almost feels as though Washington was trying to brace his fall. And let's bring in Gene Sarator. Gene, what are you seeing here?
I think you're starting to get to that place too, Jordan. I think when you watch Washington land, Suter makes a great head fake. Washington's airborne. He's starting to have to gather himself right and collect. I think the hand on the head is fine. I think what Ron Groover and the officials
After
are looking at
review, the common
is the
foul
arm.
being upgraded to a flagrant 1.
There you go. I was just going to say now.
Lamb of the Island ball underneath the basket with 20 on the shot clock.
I don't like to disagree with you on things, but I'm going to disagree with you because if you noticed where he lands, watch number 3. His left hand goes head. Watch where his feet end up. Yeah. He's really not thinking about bracing himself.
Well, not just that, Jimmy. I was going to finish before Ron got into his announcement. I thought the left forearm then as well, he was kind of finishing then. Then it became excessive because the remainder of his arm then continued to push through.
Yep.
And I agree with you. I think it was an F1 because he got to that place and didn't just brace. He did something that then falls into that excessive category by kind of giving him a little more of the business in the back of the head there.
So I'm gonna blame that on Ron Groover then.
He cut me off, Jimmy.
I know.
You don't want to be quick, but sometimes you get interrupted midstream there, guys.
Sorry about that, Gene.
All right, thank you, Gene. Appreciate it. So Suter splits a pair, and it'll be Miami ball. 20 to shoot. It's Perry back in the game to inbound it. Atlason, quick trigger, can't connect. Washington the board.
Well, you're going to keep shooting those threes. You better make your percentages of them.
They have yet to make one in the second half, 0 for 3. They haven't attempted that many. Keep that in mind.
Nice cut here.
Washington down the lane, closes the lid.
I'll tell you who's given SMU some quiet minutes, very productive, is Sam Walters. He's been a factor. He's been touching the ball. He's not the best player out there shooting threes, but he's looking very good to my eye.
Suter behind the back dribble, rises for the shot, rolls one in. Miami takes back the lead by 1. Miller wants to use the Toombs screen, hard hedge. Toombs posting up.
He wants a little clear out. He thinks he can jump over some people. Nice
These
cut
two,
ahead.
Washington, great cut, picks up the foul, nearly completed it.
Both of these teams exceptional when it comes to reading the middle of the floor. And so here you have it down here. Watch the cut to the basket right down the middle. And then Suter, who knows what he's doing with the ball at all times. Beautiful pullback jumper.
Jim, they took your swimsuit.
Those guys weren't in the pool this morning.
Oh, no. You could potentially blame it on the Speedos. Splashes the second free.
Very nice. My hard-earned tuition money going to the Speedos for their education. I love that.
No shirt, no shoes, nothing like that going on.
That was fabulous. They're all leaving right now, too.
It's 25 degrees outside. The dish from Suter. Byers contested 3. Sent to the floor. Oh, my goodness. There's a foul by Atlason about 40 feet away from the cup.
This is another. Here's that diagonal. Remember I said they have to cut the floor in half and not allow the ball to go around the horn? That's a diagonal pass. You can't get out there, and give us a little reaction on that bench.
4-3 of the game for Byers. He's got 15. Toombs hands it back off to Miller. Miller turning the corner. Ball spills out of bounds. Miami possession.
Miller thinks somebody tipped that ball along the baseline.
And Andy Enfield and this coaching staff, they all leap up immediately. I think they saw the replay on their own tablet, and they believe that is going to be off of Miami. They are confident in wanting to challenge this.
Yeah, and if it did get tipped, it didn't get tipped by much because that ball kept going pretty quickly into the corner and out of bounds.
The question is, did Kirby get a hand on it?
Watch Walters react. He touches it there, and watch him pull back just a little bit with his left hand, saying, I'm not touching it because it's off them.
Welcome back. 3-point lead for Miami. SMU will be successful with this challenge. This ball was deflected by a Miami player. It's Kirby that gets the fingertips on it.
Yeah, right there. And I always look at the second player, too. Look at Walters. He's kind of going for it initially, and then what does his body language tell me? It's just like, oh,
After review, successful challenge for SMU. They will receive their timeout back. They have 1 challenge remaining for the game.
So SMU will hang on to a challenge and will get their timeout back. They have 3 as well as Miami. 12:51 left in this game. Shot clock at 8
seconds.
Out partner. And an awkward spot to inbound it from. It's Washington, who's been doing a great job of cutting towards the hoop in the second half to get a couple of buckets.
They go to the baseline? Yeah, they do.
Miller with the cut. Outside, Walters. He's been money off the bench. Can't connect. Suter the board. Suter eyes up in transition. Atlason had to slow down and catch that one. Byers goes right by them. Chest to chest. Can't connect. Washington taps it to himself.
Yeah, it looked like he went straight up, too, just then, Toombs.
Washington, the drive in the corner. Pitter-patter dribble to slow it down.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a blocking foul. You don't see that called as a charge very often.
No, you don't. You got to do a little Hollywood here, too. He leans in, then he bounces back. You know, they don't, you're right. They don't call it that, you know, offensive fouls that often on that, but I always look at who's creating the contact on the play.
It's the 5th foul against Miami. Keep in mind, it was 6-1 on fouls not too long ago.
It looked like the offensive player initiated that.
Washington, clean look from outside, in and out. Byers, a tough rebound.
How did that not go in?
Byers with 15 points, 4 rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds. Atlason, a cut. What a find from Suter.
The beauty of Suter's pass just then was he understood where it was going to the middle of the floor. He hesitated a fraction of a second so the catcher could get there and deliver it.
6th assist for Suter. Miller, baseline jumper, no good. Another in and out shot. Rebound to Kirby. Perry calling for the screen. SMU will switch it. Mustangs switching more action. Byers.
The cuts to the middle of the lane are just wide open.
Suter right in the face of Miller. Too strong. Careens off the backboard. Perry with the rebound. Kicks it back out. Atlason, he won't be shy. Oh, it's good again.
And reading the clock so very well. They had 7 seconds when that ball was corralled off the offensive glass. Plenty of time to kick it out and get some action from long range.
8-point lead for Miami. The life of a coach's wife, not for the faint of heart. Amanda Steele, Travis's wife, Amanda Enfield, Andy Enfield's wife. Moments ago, Jenny Dell caught up with Mr. Travis Steele.
That's right. He told his team, we got to be aggressive, play with our hands, do not swipe down, play more disciplined. Said we need to make sure to continue to block out, get that fight back on D. They're really game planning a lot around Boopy right now. Guys, it was a very collaborative huddle. The players chiming in quite a bit.
Yeah, and Jenny, that swipe down theory is basically the officials see that a whole lot easier than swiping up.
Rebound to Suter. It's an 11-3 run for Miami since the flagrant foul. Both teams without a turnover in this second half so far. Atlason almost pulled it from the logo. Backdoor cut. Kirby goes up. He's fouled. Washington and Pierre can't believe it.
They have not shot as many threes, even though when they've hit the threes, I think Andy Enfield feels the same way, that when a three goes down, it feels like a touchdown almost in this building. But now what's happening is Miami has changed their game plan around in the second half. They know they were attacked on the outside on the perimeter, which is going to shut down the three ball. What do? They go to the middle of the floor, and they're going to the backdoor cuts.
Third foul on Corey Washington. TNT returns as your home for Roland Garros. Watch the stars of the tennis world descend on Paris beginning May 24th on TNT and stream on HBO Max. We near the final set of this game here with 10:48 remaining. It's a 10-point Miami lead. And a 10-0 run now. And SMU looking to find some offense. They're scoreless for nearly the last 3 minutes.
And with The post-up plays were pretty good for SMU about 5 minutes ago. Did they go back to the post?
Yugitolu is back in the game, had those 3 fouls earlier. Spinning, Davis Ray lost it, Miami ball.
A strip down on the shooter there, and see if it goes off his leg. It goes off his elbow.
So the quick hands of Skowjak, you see that heavily taped right wrist. He's coming in because the team's leading scorer and point guard, Evan Ibsaro, out for the year in early January. Atlason, oh, from the Northern Lights, he connects. Foul on the baseline. Suter hip checking Miller.
Comes off just a high screen. Where is everybody? The big guy can't get out there and guard him. Perfectly designed play just then. Yugitolu just not quick enough to get around the screen. With his size at 7'2", 270. They got to take advantage of that right now in the blocks.
And it's strength on strength when you talk to these two coaches. SMU knows they have the size advantage. Travis Steele and company know they have the depth and the shooting. Offensive rebound. Washington pump fake, picks up the foul. And he'll get a chance for a 3-point play. An acrobatic finish by Washington.
And a quick hitter too. SMU forcing the action a little bit. Take that hit, little ball fake, and finish it off. Gets a nice friendly roll up there on the rim.
It's Suter's 3rd foul. Do you keep him in here with 10 minutes left?
I think because he's an experienced guy, I would. He's not, I don't think, and it could happen, he's not going to get one of those emotional fouls where he makes a mistake and then reaches in. You would think he'd be more poised, and that's the way he's played all season long.
He's got 6 points, 6 assists, but has been so integral to how this offense operates as Corey Washington adds a little tip to the bill, and we've still got a 10-point lead for Miami.
And we got a 2-2-1 action right now, a little change of pace by SMU. That's why you want your experienced guys out on the floor.
One of the first presses we've seen all night.
Yeah, back into a zone. It's a matchup zone, too.
Fires, pump fake. Washington able to stay connected. Atlason looking for another triple off target. Suter couldn't get to it. Washington fouled. And that's Elmer's 4th foul, and that's about 80 feet away from the cup. And that'll send Washington to the free throw line.
It's a little bit of a difference maker right now also.
And we talked about this. SMU had their 6th foul at about the 15-minute mark. It is now turned to their favor how these fouls have been going as far as being able to get to the free throw line. So Washington, who's really started to come alive here in the second half, sitting at 9 points, hits the first. And keep in mind for SMU, their best perimeter defender, B.J. Edwards, who's leading the ACC in steals per game, not playing tonight. They're optimistic if they advance to take on Tennessee that he'll be able to go.
77% at the line, gets a pair to go.
8-point advantage for Miami. Under 10 minutes left. The Redhawks looking for their first NCAA tournament win since 1999. SMU looking for their first win since 1988.
They change of pace with this zone right now, making Miami think.
Atlason inside, outside, Skowjak, pump fake, long 2, sets his feet, it's good.
He baited Miller with that ball fake, and he fell for it and went flying past him. Nice little pull-up jumper to boot.
The fundamentals of this team, Miami, having to go into opposing buildings night after night towards the end of this regular season and get every other team's best shot, showing poise here at the moment.
Ending close games.
Toom, skyhook, can't get it. Yugitolu rips it off the rim.
Why?
And a foul coming through. It's Kirby who picks up his 2nd.
Yeah, it's 7-2. I think you got to shoot that ball when you get it off the offensive glass. Watch the ball fake. Goodbye. And now it's hello. Just a nice little jumper.
Jaden Toombs, the freshman out of Amarillo, Texas, is a top 40 recruit and has been able to put up some big numbers this year. Had 23 points and a loss versus number 6 Duke earlier this year, at the time when Duke was number 6.
And 29 points in his two games in the ACC tournament. So the end of the year has favored him. Around 60% change at the line. He buries 2 of them.
SMU still within striking distance. Plenty of time left in this one, but this full court press has started to slow things down a little bit in the flow of this game.
They have to get a little mileage out of this with a missed shot and/or turnover.
Suter patiently at the free throw line, nearly stolen from behind by Washington. Skowjak retreats it.
The guards are exchanging.
Suter, pump fake again, fading away for 3, no good. Rebound to Atlason. He cross court fires it. Kirby up and under, gets fouled by Yigatolu. That'll be his 4th.
Yigatolu, did he come down with his arms will be the question on this play. Here we go first.
That looks pretty clean to me.
That's a wall up.
That's pretty clean, and I think it was the way that you saw Kirby crash to the floor.
Right.
It looked much more violent than it really was. So Kirby, the freshman out of Fishers, Indiana. Another one of these young players for Miami that has just progressed so well during the year. As Yigatolu will step out and Walters will check in, and now you got some foul trouble on both these teams. Elmer with 4, Suter with 3. See the situation for SMU.
Should be plenty of free throws in the last 8 minutes. 80% at the line.
Splits a pair. The lead is back to 9 for Miami.
Whoa.
Miller, whoa, a little bit too much mustard on that one.
Yeah, Walters was headed towards the blocks. Miller was headed towards the first row with the pass.
We mentioned the rebounding numbers for Miami. Their loss this year, they had just 24 rebounds in that loss to UMass. 26 in a 2-point victory over them earlier. They're sitting at 27, just -3 compared to the size of SMU. They've got to be happy with those numbers. Woolfolk pounding it away, trying to work against Toombs, spinning with the left hand. Oh, that's delightful.
Wow, did he ever know where he wanted to get on the floor? A couple of bounces to the baseline, and then all of a sudden he's saying, I'm not going to the baseline, I'm just setting you up to think I'm going to the baseline.
They're on their feet at University of Dayton Arena. Miller takes the contact off the glass, no good. Get the sense this place is ready to erupt. Skowjak for 3. Oh, you got it! It's Miami Madness in March. You're watching True TV's exclusive coverage of the first 4 games built by the Home Depot. Let's check out our game summary. And Jim, Travis Steele said he wanted to get to 43s. He's 5 away.
He is, and you know, hitting 14 of them, but look at the field goals on the other side. Not that impressive, but this guy, Luke, has had the hot hand. There's no question about that. Shooting the ball. This one here was a pressure shot, just getting rid of it, and that's a beauty. Just a great ball fake, one dribble, and a beautiful pull-up jumper.
35 3-point field goal attempts, ties their season high. We have 7 minutes and 15 seconds still left in this game.
And it feels like in this building that Miami's up 40 points right now.
They are up 14, which is their largest lead of the game. Pierre been rather quiet in the second half. Spinning, able to roll it in.
Well, let's see what SMU comes back with the defense right now. Back to the zone.
Double figures for SMU. You mentioned it, the zone. They've got their branches spread wide.
Watch that middle of the floor. They've had a lot of success there. There you go.
Byers in the dunker spot. He is fouled at the top. That one will be against Sam Walters, his second. Let's check in with Jenny because Scaljak has had some help from a teammate this year.
Yeah, he certainly has, and that teammate is Evan Ifsaro. He has just been a voice in that locker room. Travis Steele told me it's like his voice. He's in film sessions, mentoring younger guards, helping develop guys like Luke. And Steele said he knows exactly what I want, even off the floor. Ifsaro is still helping run this team, guys.
Another coach on the floor, sitting on the bench. When he's out on the floor, he's a coach, helping everybody out. It's a great story from the standpoint of teamwork and the way they have this position. The thing that I've been not surprised with, but happy to see when Byers goes to the basket, he really goes to the basket. He's got some hops too.
Byers rolls in the second free throw. Lead is back to 14. 6:35 left in this ball game. Miami looking for their first NCAA tournament victory this century.
They like this matchup going to the basket.
Pierre, tight walk in the baseline. The reverse is good.
The fans were looking for a little bit of a hook. I don't think so. SMU needs a stop right now.
Miami been so much more efficient from outside in the second half. Kirby uses the body against the big fella.
He went searching, that's for sure. And once again, SMU in that zone, and they're spreading it out on the perimeter. Middle of the floor has been dynamic.
Miami shooting 47% from the field this game. 40% from three. Pierre's had the last two buckets for SMU this time. Working the angle, able to pick up the foul. A little window shopping will send him to the line.
Yeah, 8th in the ACC this year in scoring at 17 and change. And there's that backdoor cut again, beautifully executed, and I like the way you throw a body at the big guy who has to stay away with the foul trouble.
Now, Jim, that's the 4th foul on Suter. I'm going to go back to the clock here for you, my friend. 5:43 left in this game. Do you keep him in, or do you rest him for a couple of minutes?
Well, I think I'm going to stay with him. I mean, Travis Steele knows his personnel better than I do, but I would stay with him because we had the third at the 10-minute mark, so we went 5 minutes without picking one up.
We have seen Pierre start to hunt him out a little bit more, one-on-one on the other end. Kirby, his three off target. Pierre with the ball. Let's see where he goes on offense.
Well, I think you make a switch and get Suter off him.
Suter's got to be careful. That ball knocked out of bounds by Yugotolu. He was the last one to touch it. Offensively for the Red Hawks, a new season high with 36 three-point shot attempts. Miami will use one of their timeouts. They're up 11 with 5:22 left, trying to close this one out in Dayton. There haven't been many 31-0 starts since 1979. You see 4 out of the 5 teams that have done it before have gone to at least the Final Four. Where does Miami go this year? And people were giving them some flack as far as their strength of schedule was so weak, and they had tried to say we tried to schedule teams. This is really their first true test of a top-tier opponent this season outside of Akron. This is going to make a statement if they can close this game out.
No question about it. Look at that Ohio score, 110-108. That was a fabulous game. Happened to watch that one.
Here tonight, it's been a collective effort. 4 players in double figures. Scaljak leads the way with 17, tied with Byers. Kirby, the pump fake, dumps it down low. Woolfolk lost the orange.
Trying to go somewhere without the ball, not a good idea there.
Suter with 4 fouls defending Miller. Suter, the MAC Player of the Year.
Can you get something going to the basket?
Pierre draws 2, whips a pass. Toombs thought about it for a moment. Washington, quick closeouts on the perimeter. He gets the ball poked away. Scaljak will be whistled for his second foul.
Notice also they've taken Suter and gotten him away from Pierre, too. See if there's a reach in. Pretty easy, especially when you have that wrap on your hand.
And what's surprising is Boopy Miller was going to have to rise up even more in the absence of B.J. Edwards. He just has 8 points on 3 of 11 shooting this evening.
You know, one of the key things, too, I think, is Miami with their lack of turnovers, too. What is it, 4 turnovers?
Yeah, playing a very clean game. And it was interesting when we talked to Travis Steele. He said, listen, I know SMU has size, but we feel at 3 of the positions on the floor, including the backcourt, we have the size advantage. And those guards, especially the freshmen, Perry and Kirby have done a terrific job defending the perimeter with Miller on there. Washington trims the lead to 9, 4:43 left.
This is one of those big possessions, both offensively and defensively right now. See if somebody can capture some, keep the momentum, or see if SMU can capture some of it.
It's a 5-0 SMU run. Miami scoreless for nearly the last 2 minutes. Skaljak throws the ball in front of him, falling away, can't find the angle. Rebound SMU.
Nice job by Miller in the break here.
Pierre hustling towards the cup, rises, goes right by Byers.
How about Toombs just sitting there being a stationary blocker for him? Opened up that right side of the floor underneath.
Felt the nerves rise a little in this crowd here. Atlason gets the pass, walled off by SMU. The three on the outside. Elmer delivers.
He was delivering in the first half. They found him here. If I'm SMU, I'm going to make sure I stick with him the next trip down the floor.
He's the third Red Hawk to hit 17 points. Pierre one-on-one, no good. Rebound to Suter.
Watch Suter now smartly pull the ball back out. Nice play by him. 3.5 minutes to go.
Miami has been in so many crunch time moments this year down this stretch of MAC conference play. Who was going to pick them off in the regular season? No one was able to do so. Trying to advance here in the NCAA tournament. That ball bounces out of bounds. Miami possession with 5 on the shot clock. Timeout on the floor.
Elmer was lighting it up in the first half. He's 5 to 7 from the three-point stripe. A big timer right there to recapture the momentum.
Coming up next on True TV, it's Inside March Madness, presented by Lilly. Adam Lefkoe, Bruce Pearl, Jamal Mashburn, and Jalen Rose have all the tournament talk and first four analysis. Miami looking for their first tournament win since Wally Szczerbiak took them to the Sweet 16 back in 1999. And how about Ron Harper getting a standing ovation in the building? Two of the legends of Miami, Ohio basketball.
Some of my sources have indicated to me that Wally Szczerbiak has gone online to order a couple of Speedos, so I'll have to double check my sources.
Atlason flips it up, no good. Suter comes in for the offensive rebound.
Good no shot there.
Elmer from the deep end. Oh! Are you kidding me? Toombs, the shot put, it's good. And Miami has now broken the first four record for the most three-point shot attempts. They're 16 of 38 now. Elmer from the logo, in and out. Atlason, offensive rebound, rips it away. Suter, no good. You just hold your breath every time they go to launch one.
This one from long range, as you touched on with Elmer. Woo! You're trying to hurt me.
You got a stable core still.
I don't budge.
It's got to be all the swimming you do.
Yeah, I don't
Your
know.
aerodynamic suit.
It's one of my old nicknames. I can't go into that, though.
2:30 remaining. Miami leads by 11. Miller, it's been a tough night for him. No good. Suter can't bat it in bounds.
That's out of bounds.
So SMU ball with 20 on the shot clock, 2:20 left in this game.
Yeah, whether he was out of bounds with his footwork, but that ball he slapped back and hit the back of the backboard.
Miami with 2 timeouts remaining. SMU with 1. Both teams have their challenges. Possession arrow favors SMU, and both teams in the bonus here. Double bonus make that.
Need a quick hitter here for SMU on this out-of-bounds play.
So Suter checks out, but let's see if he's 100%. It'd be odd to take him out at the 2:20 mark, and he isn't jogging off the floor. He took a pretty hard fall there. The winner of this game will go on to take on Tennessee in the next round. Miller through the lane, bumped and able to drop it in. So a big opportunity coming up for Boopy Miller.
Yeah, there's your quick hitter right out of bounds, coming around the corner. Nice setup just then.
Let's look at Suter falling and try to identify what the issue is. He's getting stretched out behind the bench at the moment. One more look. Nothing quite there.
With that reaction,
body. You don't want to speculate, but
a little extra stretch.
Yeah, maybe. Sometimes guys might be cramping when they're bending the toe that way. Ball rolls out, bodies spilling all over the floor as they all scrape themselves up. Washington now really slow to get down the floor. He's hobbling. That 3-2 strong. Toombs the rebound. Washington trying to will himself down the floor. Miller knifing through the lane, left hand off the glass. 7-point game.
Yeah, Miami has to be careful. They've had 3 quick hitters that have missed. And they've opened up this door a little bit for SMU, who's blasting it down the floor.
And Jim, we were sitting at this table yesterday. There were 2 games that were about a 7 or 8 point difference right at this mark that came down to the final shot.
Closing them out.
Skaljak, Yugitolu checks out on him. Skaljak playing with the ball. Well defended. Shot clock at 8. Byers going baseline. He is shoved, and that'll do it for Yugitolu. Yeah. His night is done. That's his 5th foul.
I was going to say they had the big guy out about 18 feet from the basket, and he was trying to guard the little guys. Watch the trouble. Here's the first look. Watch his right arm all of a sudden. It's going to come up and hit him just a bit in the back. It's the right call. He's fouling him right there before he even extends the arm. So either one of those could have been a foul.
He finishes with 8 points, 6 rebounds, but what's crushing is it now sends Miami to the line for 2 free throws.
With a 79% free throw shooter at the line.
And I get it, it's hard for those big guys to defend on the perimeter as Suter steps back on the floor. Good to see him return. But in that situation, there's an awareness, I imagine, Jim. You have to make sure you don't put yourself in a position to foul.
Absolutely, no question about it. A couple of big ones right here.
Brant Byers, second team All-MAC, has been brilliant tonight. 17 points. Now 4 of 6 from the line to make it an 8-point game.
Yeah, I always think when you see a guy who shoots the ball like he did tonight from the 3-point line, I don't want to jinx him, but this should be a layup for him at the free throw line, the way he's been shooting tonight.
Second one's good. Back to a 9-point advantage, 1:31 left.
They have a couple of quick hitters in them like NC State did last night.
Miller, mid-range 2, no good. Toombs the rebound, puts it right back in.
See what they come up with here, full court action.
1:15 left.
Oh, this team has not turned it over much tonight at all.
No, Elmer.
Timeout from the bench.
Call timeout. Yep. Travis Steele wants to regroup the fellas. The Redhawks trying to close this out. Crunch time here in Dayton. Welcome back, Miami with the 7-point lead. It's their ball on the sideline. Each team with 1 timeout, 1 challenge remaining. Possession arrow favors SMU and both teams in the double bonus. So for Miami, you clearly want to get the ball in bounds. SMU, are you thinking quick trap here because the possession arrow favors you?
Yeah, you're almost at the point with the 3 possessions where some coaches, and I kind of lean in this direction, you start to foul, but these guys can shoot free throws. So this one here, you may just want to play it up with the 20 seconds on the clock.
Miami also has 5 ball handlers as well, too. They've been adept on the perimeter. Baseline, oh! Brought the roof down! Elmer trying to put an exclamation point on this game. It's Toombs the other way. Rolls out. Elmer the board. Saves it to Suter.
There's a kick ball.
A kick ball.
The old-fashioned backdoor just may have sealed this game for Miami. And it wasn't a layup either. It was powerful.
That's how the offense shifted in the second half. They've shot 16 threes this half compared to 25 in the first half, but those backdoor cuts have led to gold. Skaljak gets open. Under 43 seconds left. That ball off the knee of Chance Purrier, who checks in for the first time, the freshman from Dallas.
Good sketch. Skaljak, pretty good free throw.
Travis Steele wants a timeout. He's having to holler all the way down the floor, so Miami will burn their final timeout with 41.2 seconds remaining. nearing their first tournament victory this century. Miami with the ball, but out of timeouts. Possession arrow favors SMU. Why does Miami call that timeout there?
They call that timeout because of where the ball's positioned in terms of taking it in. And I think Travis Steele smartly understands how big this possession is. I know there's 41 seconds, so you would think that is probably over. He wants to make sure he sets this up, gets it in bounds, and watch where Suter goes after the catch. Somebody's got to curl to either the sideline or the middle of the floor to be a receiver.
9-point lead.
There he goes. Suter stepped in exactly where he was supposed to step in.
So Elmer gets fouled. Elmer, a 76% free throw shooter.
And another guy who's been shooting lights out tonight. Good guy to choose if you had to put at the line.
The huge three from Elmer to really open this up to a 3-possession lead. And then the dunk as well, too. He has made big play after big play.
Oof.
First free throw off target. He's sitting on 22 points.
Great looking stroke, though.
Yeah, the junior from Covington, Kentucky. Was named to the all-freshman team a couple years ago, and just the roster continuity, we continue to praise it for Miami. 10-point lead for Miami. Under 40 seconds left. SMU has to hustle here. Miller heaves a three. That's good.
Keeps the lights on a little bit.
The lead is trimmed to 7, 32.7 seconds remaining. SMU will burn their final timeout. So now obviously SMU, you still have the possession arrow favoring you after this quick three.
Nice decision, too, by Miller to cross right there because two guys jumped him from Miami's perspective. Yeah, now you have no chance but other than really double team to win for a quick tie-up. Take a look at these numbers. 41. The goal was 40.
So he's eclipsed that with a new first four record for most attempted threes in a game and most made threes in a game. And I go back to what you called out. They shifted the offense. They didn't just force the three-point shot in the second half. They took what they could find on defense. We saw those backdoor cuts. They scored a lot more points in the paint in that second half to combat the change from SMU.
But I give Travis Steele and his team credit because it's just not the results that we sit over here and talk about. Right, oh, they got a backdoor cut, nice cut. What they did was they analyzed on the fly what SMU was going to do defensively. So SMU comes out thinking we're going to shut down this three because they're burying us on threes. They see that, and what do as a team? They react perfectly and start cutting to the basket. I thought it was well designed. Wasn't by luck, that's for sure.
Again, SMU without their star defensive ace, B.J. Edwards. Miami, they've been without their leader, Evan Ipsaro, since December 20th. Here it is,
and
shooter to inbound.
On this defensive effort right now, you want to foul, try to get a steal. You can run the baseline, but you want to get a foul with about 29 seconds, no less than that on the clock.
No timeouts remaining for either team. Scaljak zips over, back to Suter. Suter flips it ahead, and he is fouled and helped to his feet by Toombs. 29 seconds remaining.
So that's execution on the defensive side, but they also get it to an experienced player. You would think that he shoots it a little better than 73%, but that's where he is for the season. But I don't think Travis Steele has a problem with him going to the line right now under these circumstances.
And how about Suter staying in the game when he was starting to pile up the fouls in the second half? He only briefly went out to be tempted to miss the first free throw, though.
And if he didn't get himself hurt, then he'd be in the whole 5 minutes for that last five minutes of this game.
Sam Walters checks in. You figure SMU trying to load the floor with as much three-point shooting as they can right now. So for SMU, are you thinking three or quick two if he misses it here?
If they give me the quick two, I take it off the dribble, but the numbers are starting to stack up. You want to make sure you don't take a bad three, though.
Miller step back three, no good. Washington can't get it. Rebound gobbled up. Atlason claims it.
Plus that missed three right there. The probability of success after that one miss from long range goes down dramatically.
If you're a team like Tennessee, watching this game right now, looking at Miami, hoisting up 41 threes. What's going through your mind as you try to prepare for a quick turnaround here?
What would be going through my mind is that people are going to talk about their three-point shooting, and they're more than a three-point shooting team. So you better prepare both types of styles, because they threw 2 styles at them tonight on the fly.
Atlison hits them both. 12 points off the bench for him. Under 20 seconds left. Pierre, the 3, no good. Elmer, the rebound. SMU, they'll wave the white flag. They traveled about an hour away from Oxford, all for this.
They belong.
It's a Miami moment. The Redhawks win their first NCAA tournament game since 1999, and they advance. You said it well, Jim. People question Miami. Did they deserve a spot? They looked at the schedule, the fact they didn't win their conference tournament, tried to pick this team apart. They just delivered a national statement here against SMU. And they will head to Philadelphia to take on the Tennessee Volunteers out of the SEC, and another chance to test their might. Friday at 4:25, you can catch that on TBS. But for right now, this team improves to 32-1, and out of all of these victories, this has got to be the sweetest of the season for Travis Steele and his team. Let's toss it down to Jenny Dell in a sea of Redhawks.
I think you guys tossed me. I don't know. It's so loud right here. I can't hear anything. Coach, we're saying Coach of the Year right here. Coach, you just brought this program to an NCAA tournament win for the first time this century. When you hear those words, what emotions do you feel?
Just super proud of our guys, man. We got incredible players, better human beings. I've been saying that this whole ride. This journey's been so much fun, and we still got a lot more to go.
You said you wanted 43-pointers out there. You not only hit that, but more. I mean, the attempts out there, you got a record in the first 4 in attempts and made threes. How much faith do you have in this team, and how much fun is it to play with a group that can go out there and do that?
Yeah, we weren't making them early, but water will always find its level. We got so many guys that can shoot the ball. Our ball moves. Our guys play for each other. They don't play for stats.
There are so many people that questioned your program, even despite the season that you had. What did you just show the world tonight?
Oh, we more than belong. We can advance deep into this tournament. Our group's fully confident in that, fully confident.
All right, let's get Elmer over here. Where's Elmer? Get over here.
How we doing?
You were outstanding there tonight. What was clicking offensively?
You know, my teammates were proud of me. I was getting good shots, man. You know, I was in the gym this week, and I was just confident in my shot.
What is it like playing on a team with a group of guys like you have standing behind you? It seems like you're all clicking so well and that you're having so much fun out there.
Yeah, you know, this is a great group of human beings. We have a lot of fun together, you know, on and off the court. And, you know, when we're hitting, like, you know, when we're playing, you know, you can just see it. You know, you can see the joy between everybody.
People think about, what are you trying to get him to do right now?
No, I'm just telling him he's good. He's overthinking it right now. He's overthinking.
Oh, just relax. Just relax. Let's just have fun with this. This was one of the best college basketball environments that a lot of us have ever been in. What's it like playing in an atmosphere like this?
Hey, it's a big shout out to our fans, man. You know, I feel like we brought Millette Hall to Dayton. You know, we're going to continue to do that.
Yes, sir.
All right, I know you're a huge fan of John Cena. I know Cena actually sent you a message this week. You want to take us off with your little hand movement?
Hey, man, you can't
You will see Miami take on Tennessee in Philadelphia. What a couple of days of basketball here in Dayton, punctuated by the Miami Redhawks winning their first NCAA tournament game since 1999. What an atmosphere, Jim. What an atmosphere.
Absolutely terrific. And the show started last night, but it continued tonight, and I think we'll have some great moments over the next couple of weeks.
Huge thanks to our producer, Jason Ross, director Corey Fishman, our entire crew. For Jim Spinarkle, Jenny Dell, and Gene Sterator, this is Jordan Kent saying so long from Dayton. Stay tuned for Inside March Madness, presented by Lilly, after these messages.